At its essence, spirituality is learning. We associate schools and education with learning. It is also a suitable place to begin the dialogue of spirituality, of truth, mercy, and communion. Let me first share this verse from Proverbs chapter 9, verse 9. Instruct the wise and they will be wiser still. Teach the righteous and they will add to their learning. The role of spirituality into education is not just about imparting knowledge, but also about shaping character and nurturing the soul. By teaching students to seek truth in all aspects of their learning, we empower them to think critically, question assumptions, and cultivate a spirit of inquiry. As students engage with diverse perspectives and encounter challenges, they must learn the value of extending mercy. Through acts of kindness, forgiveness, and reconciliation, they can create a culture of mutual respect and acceptance, laying the foundation for meaningful relationships and community building. Communion then becomes a culmination of this journey, a recognition of our interconnectedness and shared humanity. As a student, by creating an educational environment where truth is pursued, mercy is extended, and communion is celebrated, we are empowered to lead a life of purpose and sense of belongingness.
You know, communion isn't just about what happens in church on Sundays. It's so much more than that. It's about forming real and deep connections with the people around us. Like, when we take time to hang out with our friends, family, or fellow believers, we're actually nurturing these bonds that make us feel like we belong together. And it's not just about being physically present. It's about really listening to each other, trying to understand where someone's coming from, and sharing in their experiences and perspectives. That's how we build bridges of understanding and compassion. And when we come together for things like worship, prayer, or just to hang out, it's like we're reaffirming our unity as a faith community. We're saying, hey, we're in this together. And through all of this, through embracing communion in every aspect of our lives, we're creating relationships that are based on love, acceptance, and mutual support. We're making our spiritual journey deeper by walking it together.
In the book of Psalms, we find the words, "The heavens declare the glory of God, the skies proclaim the work of His hands." Psalm chapter 19, verse 1. This verse encapsulates the essence of our topic. When we immerse ourselves in the outdoors, we're surrounded by the handiwork of the divine, evoking feelings of awe and reverence. In the Gospel of Matthew, Jesus speaks of the lilies of the field, saying, "And why do you worry about clothes? See how the flowers of the field grow. They do not labor or spin. Yet, I tell you that not even Solomon in all his splendor was dressed like one of these." Matthew chapter 6, verse 28 to 29. This passage reminds us of the interconnectedness of all living things and the divine care that sustains them. As we reflect on these biblical teachings, we are invited to see nature not just as a backdrop to our lives, but as a sacred space where we can encounter the presence of God. So the next time you find yourself outdoors, take a moment to pause, breathe, and connect with the divine beauty that surrounds you.
Today, we're delving into the profound impact of helping those in need, inspired by the wisdom of Scripture. In the book of Matthew, chapter 25, verse 40, it is written, "Truly I tell you, whatever you did for one of the least of these brothers and sisters of mine, you did for me." This verse encapsulates the essence of service, reminding us that our acts of kindness towards others will serve a higher purpose. As students navigating the challenges of academic life, we often encounter opportunities to extend a helping hand to our peers. Volunteering our time and talents outside the classroom allows us to connect with our communities in meaningful ways. Whether it's participating in a campus service project, volunteering at a local shop, or organizing a fundraiser for a worthy cause, our efforts have the power to uplift and inspire those around us. Through service, we cultivate empathy, compassion, and humility, qualities that are essential for personal growth and spiritual fulfillment. May we be guided by the words of Scripture and the spirit of service, knowing that every act of kindness brings us closer to the divine.
Manifesting spirituality can take various forms, such as the practice of mindfulness. Mindfulness involves immersing oneself fully in the present moment, appreciating life's richness without being preoccupied with future anxieties or past regrets. This concept echoes the sentiments of Philippians chapter 4, verse 6 to 7, which advises against worry and encourages presenting one's concern to God with gratitude. The resulting peace from God is said to protect our hearts and minds. So how can mindfulness exactly help with our spirituality? Incorporating mindfulness into our spiritual lives can be achieved through prayer, transforming it from mere recitation to a meaningful dialogue with the Creator. It invites an openness to God's presence and allows tranquility to influence our daily lives. Let's remember that embracing mindfulness and spirituality is not about trying to be perfect or having all the answers. It's about embracing our humanity and surrendering to the divine presence that surrounds us. To integrate mindfulness into our daily routines, one might begin by consciously pausing to breathe, slow down, and just soak in the beauty of God's creation. to always walk in faith and live with pure intentions.
Can I give